All right, so let's move on to pot. Okay, Ron Paul also mentioned there at the end that, of course, he's for legalization. Funny enough, Barack Obama took a question on that today at a town hall forum. In fact, it was something that had been written in and got voted to the top of the list. So they said they would answer the questions that were given to them from online. This question was at the top, so Obama answered it. Now, are you going to like his answer? That's a different question. Let's play it for you.
Can I just interrupt, Jared, before you ask the next question, just to say that we took votes about which questions were going to be asked, and I think 3 million people voted, or 3.5 million people voted. I have to say that there was one question that was voted on that ranked fairly high, and that was whether legalizing marijuana would improve the economy and job creation. And I don't know what this says about the online audience, but I just want, I don't want people to think that this was a fairly popular question. We want to make sure that it was answered. The answer is no, I don't think that is a good strategy to grow our economy. So, all right.
Okay. Yeah, look, I don't want to be a bad sport, lacking in humor, etc. And I get politically it makes sense to make light of it, but I was kind of annoyed. And look, we had a listener write in an email, make a good point, saying, hey, Cenk, every time you talk about drugs, stop saying you don't take drugs. It makes it sound like taking drugs or smoking pot is such a terrible thing. It's a good point. But the reason I say it is because really I don't have a horse in this race? A dog in this fight? I guess that's what Michael Vick would say. I don't care. I don't want to go and smoke pot. It's not a personal thing for me. But I'm a little annoyed that they don't take it seriously when a lot of Americans, one, think it's an important issue. It was voted to the top, and then they kid around about it. And number two, look, this war on drugs is killing us. And it's stupid, and it's irrational, and the question was perfectly legitimate, and it was more nuanced than what President Obama gave you there, and it is hurting our economy. So, Obama's flippant attitude I was slightly annoyed by. I was also much more annoyed by the audience. Like, oh, that's a pot question. How silly. And then when he says, hey, I don't think it's going to hurt the economy, oh, they applaud. Oh, yeah, good. Keep drugs illegal. That's the smart thing to do. No, it's a really, really dumb thing to do. Now, I don't want to get on Obama too much here. One, because he's being lighthearted. And two, because what's he going to do? Politically, all of a sudden come out and say we should legalize pot? Of course he's not going to do that. If he was ever going to do that, it certainly wouldn't be in the beginning of his term. I get the politics behind it.
Well, was the question legitimate? They didn't ask about the war on drugs. They didn't say, did you think that maybe legalizing marijuana would lighten that, or maybe it would be easier to do this, or whatever we're trying to do, or have you noticed that this, quote, war on drugs doesn't make any sense? And none of that was asked. It was like, do you think we can come out of this financial problem we have with the banks and the bailouts and all that stuff if we just legalize marijuana? That was a dumb question.
No. That's a great question that you're asking, JR, because that's how Obama rephrased it. Now, he's trying to remember it off the top of his head, right? But he rephrased it in a way that was dismissive. Here's the real question. With over 1 out of 30 Americans controlled by the penal system, why not legalize, control, and tax marijuana to change the failed war on drugs into a money-making, money-saving boost to the economy? Do we really need that many victimless criminals? See, that's a perfectly legitimate question.
That one was. No,
yes.
All we heard was what he said.
Right, and Obama took that and transferred it into, do you think legalizing pot will help the economy?
Well, it's obvious that, it's not like he didn't understand the question.
Right.
It was obvious that he meant to turn it like that.
Yeah, he meant to diminish it, and because he didn't want to answer it seriously. And, yeah, it might score you some cheap political points, but I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it too seriously. But overall, I think not cool.
Because, as you said, in reality, we're anal in this country. We don't. There's a society. Our society just believes that, which is the reason why some people were angry, or not angry, but annoyed when every time you mention it, you have to say you don't do it, because people all of a sudden go, oh, if he wants to legalize, it just means he wants to sit on his couch and smoke blunts and just veg all day, because that's the mentality we have. And until that ends, then one person can't all of a sudden say, you know what, I'm gonna go after the FCC and let's just all of a sudden show breasts on TV, bare breasts on TV. That's gonna be great. Because really, what does it really hurt? No. But then again, we're so anal in this country. You can't just go and do it and say it, because then you're gonna get slaughtered. Because the majority of people really do think that way.
No, look, I know it's politically untenable, but he could have deflected the question and not suffered any political consequences. Just taking it a little bit more seriously, not been so dismissive about it. Because if you're going to bother telling people, hey, you know, vote on this question online, and I'm going to take it seriously, and then it gets voted to the top, and then you don't take it seriously, you really, honestly pervert the question and make fun of it, well, then what was the point of doing this stuff online?